Welcome back to week 36 of the West Marches. So, Tilly, you've just opened a lockbox in the basement of the Shrieking Wife, and inside you see a large collection of small pouches containing copper pieces, silver pieces, 90 gold pieces, and then 6 gems, each of which very tiny, but very high quality, nicely cut. A bloodstone, a chrysoprase, a citrine, a jasper, a moonstone, and a star rose quartz. And underneath all of these bags, you start lifting them out and pocketing some of them, I assume. And you also see underneath there's a large iron key that, like, for you, it's like half the size of your arm. It's a big iron key that looks like it got melted in some very hot fire and then cooled instantly. So it's all warped and twisted, and it's got like runnels of molten iron that ran down the sides of it. It almost looks veiny. It's vaguely disturbing to see.
Does it? Okay, you said there was a door nearby as well, correct?
Yeah, like you've got all of these barrels sort of stacked up against the back wall, and then behind them all, like the lockbox is sitting on one of the closest barrels, and then behind all of those barrels, 2 or 3 barrels deep, there is a door up against the back wall.
Is there any, looking around the room, is there anything that I could maybe use the key on that's immediate? Like, is the door locked, or
you're gonna like crawl over the barrels to go get a closer look at the door?
I'm just gonna take a look at the door. Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, before I do so, I'm gonna go ahead and pocket all the gems. I'm gonna pocket the 90 gold.
Yeah.
And also grab the key, but I'm gonna leave the copper and the silver in there.
Okay.
Cool. Right now.
Sure. Yeah, you clamber up onto one of these barrels, which is easily as high as yourself, levering yourself upwards and then crossing. The light in here is very dim, only from this single oil lantern over in the corner. It's a stout and tightly fitted oak door. It's all covered in dust. It looks like it hasn't been touched or opened in a long time. And there is some sort of grimy, ancient, slimy-looking handle with a keyhole underneath it.
I go back over, after seeing this, I go back over to the lockbox and I scribble a quick note in Thieves' Cant, and it just says, "You're slipping." And I put it into the lockbox, and then I close the lockbox and lock it back up and make it as casual as it was when I saw it first.
Yeah, you like pick up some dust from the ground and sort of
Billy.
sift it over top of the lockbox. You're slipping. I love it. Okay.
And I go ahead and I just sneak out. I got the key and the loot I mentioned earlier, and I just sneak the fuck out.
You're not gonna try the door
Nope.
with the giant key?
Nope.
I mean, I know we talked before about how level designers are pointless and useless, but I really think that Steven wouldn't put the key to the door in the same room.
Well, not only that, but Tilly doesn't get greedy. That's how thieves get killed. So this is a pretty damn good haul for just kind of poking around. So she's getting the fuck out.
Pretty good. So let's see.
Later, when we burn this town to the ground, we can come back and dig around in its ashes. It'll be fun.
Yeah, Tilly, you slip your way up the stairs, no problem. You peek around the corner and you see Lala turned around, tapping a keg and pouring out a couple mugs of beer. So you just casually walk back into the crowd, disappearing from anyone's notice. Now then, I think Ilanis is sitting at the table just looking at Gallahan. With a newfound respect on his face, he says, well, I didn't think you'd have that kind of scratch just on you. I should have asked for more. And he swipes the bag of gold and he tosses it back in a pouch at his belt. And he says, yeah, all right, listen, we can do this tonight. Let me send Laurent a message. I think we should probably meet at the cathedral, the profound cathedral. It's down. It's a little ways away.
And why do you think we should meet at this cathedral?
It's a popular meeting spot. It's down at the intersection of the Ring of Blood and the Flop House. You can't really miss it. It's huge, very prominent, large.
Alanis, you're
structure.
answering where. I am asking why.
Because there will be a religious ceremony this evening, and there will be lots of people there, and it'll be a great place to go and meet Loranth because nobody will notice us in the back of the crowd.
I scowl. I'm like, crowd, I think too many people. Maybe we have Loranth over for dinner. I have house we can do this at. Is private. Less ears.
That's fine. If you want to wait till tomorrow, that'd be okay. He's a little bit of a religious guy, so I think he'll be there tonight.
It's good. I am also a religious man. We can have conversation about the gods. I just am not so comfortable with big, showy religious event with lots of other people. There's too many variables.
I don't know if you could tell, but he doesn't like people.
He likes us.
Hey, suit yourself. Yeah, let me get the message to him. Where are you staying? Still at the Frozen Queen?
I say, no, I have a friend who is out of town. I am staying at his place. And I give him the address of Werner's, where I've been staying.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, sure. I'll pass him the message.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, he stands up and sort of brushes his front, says, well, listen, I better get going. See to this message. I'll ask him to stop by your place tomorrow evening at when? What time?
I just give him we don't have exact measures of time, so I give him around supper. And,
supper time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you all for your patronage, and good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Galahad nods and gets to his feet, and then as he walks past the doctor, he kind of leans in and says, "Out of town, huh?" Because the last time he saw the doc, he was walking away with that guy.
Yeah. I say to you, I'm like, yes, he decided to take sudden vacation forever.
Galahad just kind of smirks and walks out.
Nice.
So are we walking out of the tavern then? Are we kind of making our way out of this area?
You guys tell me.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to walk up to the group and I'm just going to kind of ask, what happened there, just kind of curious. Because I wasn't at the table, so I have no idea the deal that went down, how anything went down.
Yeah, you just want an update.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just tell Tilly that we're meeting the guy tomorrow at Doc's holiday house.
Okay. Are you guys going to mention at all the quiver?
I am. I'm be like, I still think we should go after the quiver, man. I think we should just check it out. We should see what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe kill this person. I was like, look, we should do this, man.
Now that we're out of their range, right? If we're just walking in the street, I say to Darius, I'm like, yes, I agree. It sounds like a very interesting magical item. Bag you can put anything into. Could be useful. I certainly don't want that asshole having it. So, if you think it's worth pursuing, then yes, maybe after we have conversation with do it.
And I just have a satisfied grin, and then I quickly remember what happened, and I go, oh, by the way, about what that chick said. I mean, just pretend it didn't happen, please. And I just walk away.
Yeah, Darius, if you have problem, I have many herbal supplements I can help you.
And you just see me wave off, no, man, I don't have any really, man, I don't have any problems. No problems. No, it was her fault. And
it's fine. I will not tell anyone. It's doctor, patient, paladin, halfling confidentiality. No one will know.
If you need a guy's night, just let us know. We're hanging around.
And he's just he just turns red and just turns around and he has his hands up and he just walks away. He's over it.
So as we're sort of walking, Tilly kind of pulls on Grigori's, cloak or, armor or whatever. Yeah. Sleeve. And, says, maybe we should check out that quiver. Could be a good place to hide certain eggs. And I kind of just look at him, and then I kind of pull it, like kind of, I don't know, beckon him a little bit further from the group.
Yeah.
And I kind of motion him to kind of get closer. And I kind of whisper. Do you get down on my level?
No, kneel. Yeah, kneel
okay,
down.
Cool. I kind of whisper into your ear. I say, I might have stolen something from the cellar. I followed you down there.
I smile, and I'm like, I am glad to have had you down there. If it was ambush, it's nice to know you have my back. No, you might have stolen something. Are you not sure if you stole it, or?
Well, I don't know if it has any value, but... And I kind of have this, like, side of... Like, the side of me is, like, got a big lump in it, right? And I kind of just pull it out and give him a little peek. Of the key, the key that I got. And I say, among other things, and I just kind of show some gems that I got from down there. And then I explain to him that, there's also a door down there. It looked pretty old, and just explain it just to him. So I tell him I have no idea what kind of relevance this has, but it might work out in our favor.
Yeah. So I nod, and I'm like, oh, good. Well, you can keep those gems, trade them for gold as you like. They're yours. The key is strange, and hold on to it for me. Maybe if later we come across strange, veiny door, we will know what to do with it.
I nod, and you can see Tilly feels very proud that you're kind of, giving her a little bit of like a thumbs up, so she's happy with herself, so she's just nods at you and smiles, and then kind of keeps walking.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So what are y'all going to do this evening?
I mean, we're going to chill. Can we fast forward just to tomorrow?
Yeah, totally.
We're going to get drunk like we always do. And then the next day, like we have the day. So I probably would want to take Tilly to the market to go like buy stuff for making dinner.
Yeah, totally. Cool. Do you want to see that, or is it just it happens?
No, that's just like a thing. Yeah, and I'm like, I'll tell Tilly in the morning, like, I want you to come with me because, I have money on me and I'm a big guy, and sometimes it's hard to like see what's going on. I need you to make sure people don't pickpocket me, right? And, like, keep an eye on things, and like, I'm putting my trust in you to like help me navigate this place full of weird people. And I buy like a bunch of like root vegetables and like herbs and stuff and get ready for dinner. I don't buy any meat though, because I still have some venison left over.
Venison. How long have you been waiting to use that? You've been waiting so long.
About 3 seconds actually. I just thought of it.
Nice.
While that's going on, I'll keep an eye on Grigori just from a distance, make sure that I don't see any thieves activity or anything for him. But also in the meantime, I'll grab some extra arrows if I can find to purchase some.
Mm-hmm. I actually have a question. So this Dina person, the thief that has the quiver or the whatever, not the tribe, but whatever, the clan. Yeah. Would I know anything about them being? I'm not a thief, but actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go up to Tilly that night and say, what can you, can I read thieves' cant? I can't, right? I'm an assassin.
No, you can read
You are
it.
a thief, and therefore you can read thieves' cant. Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I want to try and see if I can like detect where the whereabouts of this Dina clan might be, whatever their clan is, or any information I can find on them.
You're just trying to like wander around town and look for cants, or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can tell where they are.
How about you get with me, and together we'll do some investigating. We'll investigate the town a little bit, see the kind of landscape. Does that work?
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to try and get some information to sort of like recon before we actually go after them.
Oh, just us for dinner then, Doc.
Yeah, I'm not going to actually get drunk or anything.
I mean, you could spend the day doing that, or even the evening before.
Or after dinner or before dinner, I'm going to go around the city and try and find what I can on these people.
Yeah. Are you just trying to like gather information?
gather information of their whereabouts and what we might be up against, and any clues as to exactly what this thing is and how they got it and what they're doing.
Sure. Why don't you roll a perception check?
Okay. Can Tilly give me advantage? Because you're with me, right?
Yeah, are you trained in perception, Tilly?
I am, actually.
Then yes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
so
the two of you put your heads together, and then Darius, you have advantage on your perception. Oof. Okay, so like
what the heck?
You start strolling around the university district and making your way back between the university district and do you remember, Adam, which district you stopped in? Was it I think it was Carnival, or maybe it was Shrike's Landing. I think it was Shrike's Landing.
That sounds familiar.
So
yeah, because we didn't hear about Carnival until this episode, because I definitely would have made an HBO joke earlier and remembered that I made that joke. So
nice. So this is Werner's house, is in Shrike's Landing. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys wander around Shrike's Landing and the university district a little bit, but you don't see any symbols that say that's just anything other than this this current group that you already have encountered with Alanis. And you see their sort of symbology and cant on a number of nearby structures, marking out places that are easy marks or places that are allied or at least generous towards members of this thieves guild.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you want to know more about like the various underpinnings of like thief culture in Pyranor, you're gonna have to start asking people.
Okay.
Is that something you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's getting close to dusk now. I think that, or this evening at least, it's getting close to dusk.
Real quick, before you do that, Stephen, while I'm walking around with Darius, Tilly would like to know more about him. As we're walking around, just kind of says, something to the effect of, just as we're casually walking, so, tell me about yourself, Darius. I don't really know you very, very well. It's very quiet, very meekly.
And he looks down at Tilly and smiles. Or I look down at Tilly and I smile and I say, well, I'm about 5'9", and I got a pretty lean build. I don't have relationships. I once had pancakes after, and he just goes it like sarcastically, just says everything that's
reading your
obvious.
dating profile.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tilly kind of giggles to herself a little bit and then says, "No, silly. I meant, tell me about your where do you come from? What is your story?"
And you see
God,
him
I fucking hate
you
Tilly's
see me.
Okay, we'll get a magic item that changes your voice.
You see me get hesitant, like I'm clearly uneasy talking about it, and it just starts playing in my mind like where I came from and what sort of happened, and I'm like, well, I don't really know my parents. I was raised by a nanny, and yeah, they were well off, but I decided I needed something else in my life. Is there something that you wanted to know?
I say, I kind of shake my head and I just say, I lost my parents as well. And I put my hand kind of on the side of her calf or behind her knee or whatever. And I just, say, it's okay. It's all right.
And I shake my head and I like cut her off and I shake my head and I laugh. And I'm like, no, I didn't lose them. It's like they just never came home.
And at this, Tilly looks a little bit sad and kind of looks up at Darius and, says, I'll never forget how nice you were to me when we first met. I wouldn't be here on this grand adventure if it weren't for you. So thank you.
You also, I get a little uneasy around this as well because Darius isn't used to, genuine emotions. Genuine, feels good emotions beyond just sexual emotions. So you see him get uneasy and he's like, hey, no problem. Let's continue looking. We need to find this information.
Cool. I don't press any further.
Nice. All right. roll a persuade check for me, Darius.
Okay.
While this happens, we come back to the house where Galahad's doing one-handed push-ups and being like, "Doc, look how many I can do."
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah. Like we're in the kitchen. I'm wearing like an apron, like a big like butcher's apron. I'm like cutting vegetables. You're doing one-handed push-ups on the floor.
Yeah.
Yes, he's good. 700 push-ups. You are very
18.
strong. Clink.
Fantastic.
Why did I do persuasion?
I was trying to see who you were ending up talking to.
Oh, okay. I like how you guys are broing out and we're like having like a serious, genuine conversation over it.
Listen, romance looks different for everybody, okay, Pokket? So don't judge.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, what is this?
Y'all are walking down a street in. Let me describe you this district. It's a dark and shadowy place that's carved deep into cliff faces. You've just come out of Shrike's Landing, which is the place with all of the drowning men sculptures on top of everything. And you're entering into a dark and shadowy place that's carved deep into the cliff faces because Pure Nor is a very vertical city. And there are lots of rope bridges stringing between different sort of huts and different levels of this place where there used to be some large rock road that then part of it is just washed away, and there's a large rope bridge that bridges the span. But nevertheless, despite it being so rickety and vertical, it's quite bustling, and it looks like a very large district. You can actually look out across the side of the mountain and see this sort of undulating edge of the mountain curving away, structured in this sort of ramshackle way, as far as the eye can see, actually. And you see, as you're walking across one of these rope bridges, you see at the end there's 5 young men who are all standing around, sort of like picking their fingernails with a dagger and talking and laughing boisterously.
And I love how NPCs in every fantasy role-playing game have like idle animations that as GMs we all share. Like, yeah, you see a bartender, he's cleaning a mug. You see some thugs picking their nails with a knife. Like, yep, they're just NPC, they're idling, waiting for you to show up.
Yep, exactly. That's all they're doing. Yeah. And you can see a couple of them have like strange clay pots attached to their belts.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do?
I look at Tilly and just automatically I'm like, you see those guys?
I nod.
And I'm like, maybe we can get some information out of them. How many are there? 5?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm not gonna kill them.
Well, you're the charmer. I'll back you up.
And I sort of like my eyebrow raises and I'm like, you want me to hit on them?
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to, but I mean, whatever you have to, if you want, I'll. And she just keeps kind of, she doesn't know how to respond. She's kind of not.
You see, like, I just start laughing and I pat her on the back and I'm like, okay, well, you stay hidden. And I start walking towards them.
Okay.
Are you going to try to stealth, Tilly?
Yeah, I'll try to stealth.
Okay, go for it. 15, not too bad. Let's see.
There's probably like walls and stuff you could hide behind too, right? Like within range.
So y'all are kind of you're walking across a rope bridge at the moment. So Tilly would have to sort of backtrack to really get out of line of sight of these guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then she'd be off, or yeah. Tilly, are you a she? Yeah, yes. Off on the other side of the bridge. Let's see. Okay, cool. So are you staying on the bridge and just sort of trying to get low and stick to the ground, or are you backing off a ways away? You'll be probably 70 or 80 feet away.
Is there anywhere that I could sort of like hang comfortably? Because I'm a decent climber.
Yeah. You have what, athletics, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, I do actually. I think with the thief there's something. It's been a couple weeks since we played. There's something with the thief.
You're a thief.
I am a thief
right?
sub. Yeah, there's like I get double climbing distance or something.
Yeah, let's find out about that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a little rusty since we haven't played in a while.
That's all good. It's second story work is what you have. Let's see. Arcane Trickster. Whoop. Where is it? Thief. Yes. Climbing no longer costs you additional movement, and when you make a running jump, the distance that you cover increases by a number of feet equal to your dexterity modifier.
Okay, so maybe that doesn't apply here, but...
I mean, it does some specific things that aren't necessarily valuable, but you are definitely better at climbing than usual. Do you have rope with you?
Yeah, I should. I keep pretty much everything on me that I normally would, you know? So, yeah.
You could, like, fashion yourself a quick harness out of the rope, and then sort of, like, dangle off the side of the bridge if you wanted to give that a shot.
It looks so ridiculous, just hanging off the side of the what happens? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll try to use the rope to make some sort of, just try to be close enough to hear the conversation, but if something were to transpire in a negative way, I would be able to kind of quickly climb up and come to some kind of help or something. So
yeah, cool.
Okay, cool.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. It takes you a while, and you're not entirely certain about like the security of this rope, but you are able to fashion something that'll hold you up for a little while, hanging off the edge of this bridge. And you fashion it into a loop around one of the existing rope support structures. And then I guess you just sort of tip yourself over the side and trust in this harness to hold you up.
Yeah, let's do it. That's what
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you tip over the side, and one of the loops that you fashioned for your harness comes completely undone, and all of a sudden, whoof! You're starting to like swing around, and there's a moment of adrenaline pumping fear as your body responds viscerally to the drop of this harness. But the rest of it catches you. It's just that you're kind of swinging a little bit, and you're sort of spinning slowly rather than dangling securely facing the direction that you wanted to be.
Idiot Tilly, you're an idiot. Idiot Tilly, you're an idiot.
Nice. You're out of the immediate line of sight of these guys up there, though you can see Darius's shadow as he walks across the rope bridge in their direction. Darius, what do you say?
Well, I walk up to them, and can I tell? Do they have any like insignia on them? Like, what are they wearing? Do they look like Elena's like clan at all?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, I've been failing these.
12. They're all kind of dressed the same in sort of a dark blue color that seems pretty prominent in their dress, but you don't see any specific insignias or anything. They don't really look like the kinds of folks you've seen Ilana's hanging out with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really recognize them a whole lot.
And they're just on the other side of the bridge, just chilling there.
Yeah.
So I walk up and I automatically joke. I was like, "What? Is there a toll to cross this bridge?"
A couple of them, like two of them, turn to you, and then one of them throws something high in the air, and everybody sort of turns back to look at it. It lands on the ground with a loud pinging sound, and it flips a couple of times before landing, spinning, and then settling onto heads. Three of them erupt into cheers, and two of them sort of, throw something down on the ground and stomp, and one of them turns away and paces away a little ways. One of the guys who cheers turns back around and says, we're just having some fun playing a game. But if you want to pay a toll, we can take some money from you.
I look down at the coin on the ground, and I'm like, that's fun.
We got kicked out of the place over there. We were doing a little too well.
And I look towards like the direction that they're and what is it? What are they pointing towards? Is it like a bar or something? Tavern?
It looks like a gambling house.
Oh, okay.
It's like specifically like there's games being played on every table inside. There's bright, warm red lighting inside. Lush leather chairs. Yeah.
Okay. And I look at them and I'm like, well, what can you tell me about that place? Why'd you get kicked out for winning?
They thought we were cheating. It's not true. We're just really good. We have a lot of luck.
And I sort of look like, I'm like, okay, well, I'll play. I'm in.
All right.
What do I do? What's the rules to this?
Well, we don't play for small stakes. So if you want to play, then you have to put up 300.
What 300? What the fuck? Okay. I'm just saying.
That's what makes it fun. It's not fun if it's
That's
cheap.
fun. That's
Absolutely.
fun. I mean, no. Okay, you know what? You and I, our idea of fun, a little different, but okay, I'll do it once.
All right. It's winner takes all. It's best 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7. Got it.
Or 4. Whatever's the most.
4 out of 7. Okay.
It's 4 out of 7.
It's 4. Yeah.
All right. So, what do you want? Heads or tails?
I'll take heads.
All right.
Of course I'll take heads. Of course.
Sure. I'm going to get my friend here to throw the dice. Or to throw the coin.
Wait,
All right.
before he does, I walk up and I grab the guy's hand and I like look at his hand and I'm like inspecting to make sure he's like not cheating or anything.
Yeah.
And I look at the coin.
Yeah, it's got heads and tails on it. You know, if you flip it a few times, it seems to be coming up about 50-50 every time. So, you take out your 300 and you put it in a pile in the middle of the street. He takes out 300 and puts it in a pile in the middle of the street. Says, right then. So, heads, 4 out of 7, you win. Tails, 4 out of 7, I win. Easy game, right?
Sure.
Right. So heads is 1s and tails is 2s. So he tosses it once. Comes up heads. And the entire crowd sort of groans. Oh. They say, Stiv, you're going to be out 300. Shut up.
His name's Stiv?
His name's Stiv.
Stiv, okay.
Tosses the coin a second time. Flies through the air. Tails. Everybody,
You just see like a big grin on Darius's face. Like he's just not affected. He's just waiting.
All right, he tosses it a third time. Heads. Yeah, Stiv, like you can see beads of sweat starting to form on his brow. He says, I don't know if our luck's holding out tonight. He tosses another time. Tails. He tosses it one more time. Tails again. He turns at you, he smiles, he says, match point, my friend. How do you feel? Exciting, right?
Sure, exciting.
He tosses it high in the air, spinning, catching the light. It lands. Nobody touches it. Tails up. He turns
some stiff competition.
He puts his hands on his waist.
No,
He says,
no, Doc.
No, Doc. Doc, please.
He says, well done. Well played. I was worried there for a second. And he scoops all of the gold into a pouch. And he says, well, I think we'll head on down to one of the other houses that we haven't gotten banned from recently. What's your name?
And I say Darius. I'm like, your name's Stiv. I believe that's what I saw or heard someone call you.
Yeah. Listen, Darius, you're not half bad. Why don't you come with us?
And okay, where are you going?
We'll wander down this way. Hop in one of the other establishments. There's a number of gambling houses around here.
Well, how about this? How about I catch up with you? I gotta go get someone real quick.
Yeah, all right, fine.
It's a lady. It's a friend. Don't worry about it. Not
Listen,
a bad,
If you've got a couple other lady friends, you should bring them too. We could have a good old time. Really, me and my boys, we know how to have a time.
I'll see what I can do.
All right, you're right on. Well, listen, you see the house down that way with the blue on the front?
And I nod.
Yeah, you're gonna knock on the door, and you're gonna say, "Eggs and lambs."
Eggs and lambs. Got it.
Eggs and lambs. Just think of like a big old egg with like a little baby lamb curled up inside, like a really fluffy one. Picture that. Eggs and lambs. You remember that?
And I nod. I'm like, of course I'll remember that. Of course.
All right. Yeah, just knock there and they'll let you in.
Okay. And I turn around and I start walking back towards the bridge to
Cool.
find Tilly.
Tunnel snakes rule. So I'm still like swinging there, like you just kind of see me still trying to get out of this situation that I've gotten myself in. Been fiddling with the knots and trying to climb back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of see me swinging there from the bridge.
And I just sort of go on the bridge where Tilly is, and I just sort of like lean over and just stared down at Tilly, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Nice.
And I yell back, I'm backing you up.
I was like, in what world is that gonna back me up? I was like, you look like a kid playing right now.
Look like a piñata.
Yeah, help, please.
And I lean down. I sort of like I lower my hand to you to pull you up.
And I go ahead and use your help and hopefully make it up the bridge onto the bridge. I assume I do. Okay.
Yeah. You're fine. You climb up your harness and get up, no problem.
Okay. So did I hear the conversation or what was that?
Yeah,
okay.
You heard all of that. You didn't see the results, but you heard them all cheering, and you heard Darius groan a little bit. And yeah.
You hear me like I'm just like you can tell I'm kind of annoyed, and I'm just like, oh, it's 300 gold. It's like you're good at you have small fingers. You're good at pickpocketing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And I put my hand on Tilly's shoulder, and I'm just like, well, good. We might need that. I'm like, we're gonna go gamble.
I'm not sure they're gonna be happy when I show up when you said that you had a woman with you.
Well, I didn't lie.
Yeah, but I'm not really pretty.
And I look down at Tilly, and I'm just like, don't be ridiculous. And I don't like respond on the looks at all. I just start walking away.
I just sort of kind of double step to keep up, and yeah, I'm right behind you.
All right. Yeah. So you guys cross the bridge and get off onto solid ground once again. What little of it there is in this part of town, and you start walking along the street, and there's a gentleman sort of far down at the other end of the street. The street's a little bit empty. You're hearing most of the sound from inside of these houses. There's a gentleman far down at the end of the street who's walking with a sort of a drip torch, and he's reaching up and he's lighting lanterns that hang on the sides of the cliffs and the houses that are here. And the sun has definitely fallen back behind the shadow of the mountain, and it's gotten quite dark. And the sky is a deep purple, and you can see the twinkling of stars up above. You're actually sort of you're above a number of the other districts in town, so you can look out and see all sorts of houses and structures down below you as you stroll. Would both of you give me a perception check?
Sure. I would love to.
Okay. Yeah. You two see the man down at the end of the street. And he's got this drip torch, and all of a sudden it's like at the end of a long pole. All of a sudden you hear just a faint shout from him, "Hey!" And then he's swinging this drip torch around, and like little strands of molten fluid or fuel are sort of spraying around from him. Darius, you can make out through the gloom there are a number of small shapes on the ground sort of darting back and forth, and a little spot of flame catches on one of them. It goes running off into the darkness between the houses.
How far away are we?
Probably 400, 500 feet.
Okay, well, I'm going to move towards him and probably try to help him out. I just take an arrow out and start running towards him.
Cool. Yeah, you go running in that direction. You see him swinging this drip torch around, and finally, before you really get terribly close to him, he sort of relaxes and puts the drip torch down, sort of, 70 degrees hanging up in the air, set the butt of it down on the ground next to him, wipes his forehead. And you can see running towards you are 6 huge rats, probably the size of small dogs.
Great. They almost killed me before.
I'm guessing you're wanting to fire off an arrow at these.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate rats. I'm going to immediately just fire an arrow at them.
I'm going to assume when she pulled out her bow and started moving quickly that I followed suit, so.
Absolutely, sure. Why don't the both of you roll initiative?
Okay. Oh, I have to select myself.
Oh, yeah. Here, hang on. Where are you? We'll bring y'all over here. Then I'll make sure to pull your tokens out for you. Yeah, here you're both down here.
Where am
You're down on the map. Might just zoom out a little bit.
I? Okay.
You're right there, Tilly. That should have centered your view.
Well, it would have. There we go. Okay.
Cool. 18, not bad. And then we've got some rats. Let's see. Yeah.
How many of these giant rats are there?
6.
6,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Okay, so that's
They get like a bonus when they're
2,
like next to another rat.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
This could go really bad.
We got this. Maybe.
Oh, that's...
Dude, I just noticed your shirt, Strippin.
Oh, what? My little
Shit's so
Geo?
good, yeah. So good.
Just setting up the rats.
Damn, these rats.
We only got a +2.
I
They can't beat me.
God, man. Let's hope they get out all the good rolls now. Just get them over.
Yeah, and then when they're fighting you, they're just complete shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, please. And do we get the guy? Like the old man?
He's not looking terribly eager about fighting them. He's happy to have chased them off. All right, Darius, you get to act first.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bow.
Let's see, I'll put you two here, and then down below you, there are these rats.
Oh, okay, there we go. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just automatically fire my bow.
Okay, go for it. 21, you nail him, dealing 5 damage, and then, was this a sneak attack? I don't think so, because you don't have an ally within 5 feet. Okay.
But don't I get it because it's surprise, or?
Oh, you have not surprised them. They're running in your
okay.
direction.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, doesn't the assassin thing trigger if you go before someone in the first round?
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter if they're surprised.
Yeah, exactly. So what, that automatically gives you sneak attack on your first attack?
Yeah,
Is that what it
like
is?
if I go before other people, I get sneak attack.
Let's
I thought.
see. It's something like that. I just want to see the language on it.
you just have
Assassin.
advantage.
You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet. Yes, and because you have advantage, you also have sneak attack. So there you go. Okay, so you deal 10 damage to rat number 1, killing it outright.
Hey, they're easy.
Ta-da! Thunk. All right, rat number 5. Let's see how far they move. Who totally just closed his monster manual? This guy. Great.
To Tilly, these are giant-sized rats.
They're like Tilly-sized rats, basically.
This is terrifying.
Yeah. So. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This one runs up that way. That's what it does. And then Tilly, it's your turn. So this rat just ran up close to you. It's within like what, 20 feet of you, something like that.
Is there anywhere that I can climb? Is there anything in my
Yeah, there's like
vicinity?
a house front right off to your left that you could just climb. Absolutely.
Okay. I'll go ahead and use my thief abilities to climb up to the top of that house.
Cool. Roll a climb check for me.
Sure. Would that be acrobatics?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever is better for you.
Okay.
Okay, not too bad. No problem. There's lots of handholds on the front of this house. There's some columns and outcroppings that you're able to just get your hands around and like like a monkey, you just scatter up to the top of this house. No problem. And now you can still take your action and shoot if you want.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot at the rat that's making its way closest to us.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Fire off that weapon.
Oh, here we go.
Wow. Something strange going on there, but yes. How interesting. Yeah, you totally nail him, and you deal 10 damage.
I did that right, correct? I mean, I just rolled
yeah.
thing.
Totally. You crit, and then you got 2 plus 5. Yeah. Wow, that's fascinating. All the results are 5 because you rolled 2 5s and 1 2 plus 3. Yeah, cool. You deal 10 damage, and completely eliminate this rat as well. He dies. Okay, so rat number 4. He also runs up 60 feet in your direction. Rat number 2 runs in your direction also. Yep. A little bit further. Rat number 3 runs up to here, and rat number 6 runs up to here until you're up on top of something over there. Cool. Darius, it's your turn again. These 4 rats are all running straight in your direction. And you can see. I don't know if
Tilly's close enough to hear, but you hear, like, I can see them getting closer, and it's just like, I just start swearing really loudly and then, like, fire at another one, the closest one.
Yeah, you can see as they're running, they have, like, the fur is stripped away on their faces, so their faces are all pale white rat flesh. Okay. Their eyes are bright red, and their teeth are long and yellowed and almost serrated. And they're running at you with their jaws open, panting almost as they run. Go ahead and make your attack.
Big, sharp, pointy teeth.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 13 hits, 8 damage, and you're no longer getting your sneak attack bonus, so you just deal 8 damage to the first one. It dies outright.
Can I, like, try to stealth behind something? Is there anything nearby I can, like, duck behind and try to go into stealth?
Yeah, totally. You can run over to the house and then try to stealth behind a
crate or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna do that.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check. 15. Okay, cool. So you're over here behind a crate or something, stealthed. Tilly, your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and notch another arrow and let it go at the closest rat. So I believe number 6.
Yep.
I think is the closest. All right.
19 for 7 damage.
Dang.
You kill him. He's
cool,
dead.
Boys, we have new jobs.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna do a perception check on these guys. Whoops.
The rolls are so sexy right now. Dang.
Okay, so the first one doesn't see where you go, and neither does the second one. So I think both of them just split off. So this one runs that away, and this one runs over towards an alley that away. They're both still in your line of sight. Darius, what do you want to do? In fact, rat number 3 is now fully in your line of sight because it's on the other side of this barrel.
Yeah, I'm going to fire at rat number 3.
Okay. You nail him for 4 damage, and it was a sneak attack, so you had 5 for 9, so he dies. Tilly, your turn. That rat number 4 is just about to head around a corner.
All right, I'll take a shot.
Okay.
And
you nail him. Completely dead. You've nuked all 6 of these rats. Okay, let's see. I'm going to mark that stuff down.
You did it.
I'm going to go ahead and kind of yell out to Darius and say, rodents of unusual size, I didn't think they existed.
Nice.
Sorry, I couldn't handle it, man.
Yeah, you got to. It's fine.
I got to, man. I got to.
It was legit.
Yeah.
All right. You both safe. Are you going to head to the blue house?
I'm going to go to the old man.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy who's lighting the lanterns. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
He's continuing to walk down the road in your direction, lighting lanterns as he goes. He looks up when you approach. He says, you took care of the face rats without very much problem. I'm glad to see. I would have hated to see you with those teeth sunk into your cheeks. Dirty things.
And I'd be like, well, I'm a little tall for them to sink their teeth into my cheeks, but
They jump, they leap. Fierce beasts, fierce hind legs. They can jump 10 feet in the air. You'll be careful at night.
We lost Pokket. I kind of like scoot behind Darius, and like it's kind of frightening me a little bit the way he's describing it. I was like, do you deal with these rats often?
Far too often, young woman.
Well, isn't it dangerous for a man, no offense of your age, to be out here?
The face rats, they don't like fire. I can do all right. If there's a large group of them, it gets a little hairy. And he points to like a deep, jagged scar on his face and says, as you can see. But most of the time, I do all right.
Oh, go ahead.
I walk up and put my hand on the old man's shoulder. I'm like, we're all right now, old man. We got that. And I was like, so what can you tell me about around here? I was like, I'm new to these parts. Never been here.
Oh, never been to Coin Flip, eh? Well, let me tell you all about it, he says, as the screen darkens and we cut to a 5-minute break.
Dang it! No!
So we'll be back in 5 minutes with more of week 36 of the West Marches. Don't go anywhere.